Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're plunging straight into one of the most unsettling mysteries of human existence. We're going to explore the hidden biological architecture operating completely beneath your conscious awareness. Because, as you're about to see, your conscious mind, it's not actually the entity making the majority of your decisions. So if your brain decides before you do, who's actually in charge? It really challenges our deepest perceptions of free will, doesn't it? I mean, we all feel like we're the captains of our own ship, consciously directing our thoughts, our impulses, our habits. But what if your brain is pulling the strings long before you even realize a decision has been made? Take a look at this. Back in a landmark 1983 study, neuroscientist Benjamin Libet basically dropped a bombshell on the scientific community. He discovered that your brain initiates voluntary movement about 550 milliseconds before you consciously feel like you've made a choice to act. Just think about that. The hidden decision completely precedes your felt sense of actually choosing. And if half a second wasn't mysterious enough for you, modern fMRI research by John Dylan Haynes has pushed this boundary even further. By looking at neural activity in a specific area, the frontopolar cortex, researchers can now predict a simple binary decision up to 10 seconds before it reaches your conscious awareness. Seriously, 10 whole seconds. So the unsettling truth here is that your conscious mind is less a decision maker and, well, more like a press secretary. It's often just narrating choices that the dark brain has already made subcortically. Basically, your subconscious processes massive amounts of data for speed and efficiency. It makes the call, and then your conscious mind steps up to the podium, trying to justify a decision it didn't actually make. Part 1. The brain's hidden networks, the internal machinery. To understand exactly how this hidden architecture works, we need to transition deeper into the mind. Let's uncover the massive, large-scale brain networks that govern our attention, our focus, and our spontaneous thoughts. What's truly fascinating here is the stark contrast between our two primary operating states. On one side, we have the default mode network, or DMN. Now, this network consumes a staggering 20% of your brain's energy, even when you're just staring out the window, fluidly letting your mind wander, consolidating memories, or imagining the future. Then, on the other side, is the central executive network, which takes over when you need structured, external, goal-directed focus. They act kind of like a delicate neurological seesaw. But who exactly operates that seesaw? Well, meet the salience network. Think of it as your brain's hidden traffic controller. Anchored by regions like the anterior insula and anterior cingulate cortex, it is constantly scanning your internal and external environment. When it detects something important, it acts as this vital switch operator. It suppresses your daydreaming DMN and instantly hands control over to the highly organized executive network. Which brings us to part 2, the survival override, the amygdala hijack. So, what happens when that delicate network balance is violently shattered? Let's descend into the ancient, survival-based systems of the brain. These are the systems that can suddenly override those delicate networks during moments of intense emotion or stress. When a threat appears, your brain activates an emergency routing system. Incoming sensory information literally splits. Now, the high road sends data up to your logical prefrontal cortex for careful analysis. But as you might guess, it's agonizingly slow. The low road, on the other hand, acts as a rapid shortcut directly from the thalamus to the amygdala, your brain's emotional threat detector. It arrives in mere milliseconds, completely bypassing logic. See a snake? You run. It absolutely does not wait for you to think about it. When that low road detects a threat, you experience what's called an amygdala hijack. Your rational brain is temporarily disabled. You get tunnel vision, your heart races, and you might just snap in anger or freeze in panic. But here's the catch. Your primitive amygdala cannot distinguish between a physical predator and a modern social threat, like, say, harsh public criticism. That is exactly why you might fly off the handle at a minor slight and then feel that intense post-hijack guilt when your logical brain finally comes back online. Part 3. the negativity bias and the paradox of suppression. Why are we wired to be so reactive in the first place? Let's explore the deep evolutionary reasons why these ancient survival programs frequently trap us in modern anxiety loops and continuous cycles of negative thinking. It all really comes down to brutal evolutionary math. For our ancient ancestors, missing a positive opportunity, like failing to spot some extra berries, well, that just meant a minor nutritional deficit. But missing a hidden predator, that meant immediate death. The cost of overlooking danger heavily outweighed the cost of missing a reward, and thus the negativity bias was forged. It's a highly successful biological hardware feature, not a personality flaw. Ultimately, energy efficiency and survival triumphed over happiness. And this survival mechanism builds from the very beginning of our lives. We actually aren't born naturally pessimistic. Infants initially show equal interest in positive and neutral stimuli, but right around 6 to 7 months of age, there's this pronounced developmental shift. Babies rapidly begin prioritizing negative and fearful facial expressions. The developing brain is literally calibrating its threat detection radar. Because of this deep-seated bias, we all experience intrusive, negative thoughts, and naturally, we try to forcefully suppress them. But fascinating research by neuroscientist Taylor Smits shows this actually backfires, creating a paradox. To suppress a thought, your prefrontal cortex relies on an inhibitory neurotransmitter called GABA, located in your hippocampus. If those GABA levels are low, the hippocampus fails to inhibit, it becomes hyperactive, and the unwanted thought is actually amplified. You literally cannot forcefully will your thoughts to stop. Part 4. Rewiring the Hidden Architect, the Ascent to Mastery. Now, if you're feeling a bit powerless right now and beneath the weight of this ancient biology, don't worry. We're going to shift from the dark mystery of our automatic biology into the empowering light of conscious rewiring and mental training. You see, while you cannot directly command your subconscious mind like a computer, you can indirectly shape it. This is the profound magic of neuroplasticity, your brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself, form entirely new neural connections, and actually alter its automatic, subconscious processing throughout your entire life. You can, over time, train the hidden architect. And the scientific evidence for this is staggering. Brain imaging shows that just 30 minutes of daily mindfulness or meditation literally reshapes the physical architecture of your mind. Over time, the volume and reactivity of the ancient amygdala decrease, while the cortical thickness in areas crucial for executive decision-making and self-regulation actually increases. You are physically upgrading your own hardware. Here's an incredibly practical, evidence-based technique to counteract that ancient negativity bias. It's called taking in the good. When something positive happens, don't just brush past it. Pause for 15 to 30 seconds. Actively savor the experience through your senses. This simple act forces your brain to physically register and store the positive experience, manually fighting back against millions of years of evolutionary wiring. Because of the negativity bias, one bad comment sticks to our brain like Velcro, while compliments tend to slide off like Teflon. To actively overcome this, relationship and psychology research points to the positivity ratio. It basically says it takes roughly 5 positive interactions to mathematically balance out the psychological weight of just one negative interaction. This isn't toxic positivity, folks. It is a strict neurological necessity for balance. Another really powerful tool is cognitive reframing, specifically using simple linguistics to build profound mental flexibility. By just replacing the word but with the word and, you stop canceling out the positive. So instead of saying, "This is hard, but I'll get through it," you hold 2 realities at once by saying, "This is hard and I am learning." It gently loosens the brain's automatic grip on catastrophic interpretations. Your brain's hidden systems kept your ancestors alive, sure, but they don't have to dictate your modern life. You now know about the hidden networks, the survival overrides, and the immense power of neuroplasticity. You may not be the original architect of your mind's foundation, but Armed with this awareness, will you choose to actively redesign its future? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning and keep building.